It's Roasted Anchor Coffee Monday, and we're going to get started here in just a few minutes. So, everybody get ready, get ready. I hope you all had a great weekend. We're going to get started here in just a couple of minutes here, just waiting for a few more people to jump on here. I do want to thank you all for joining us today. Those of you on Spotify and Apple and Megaphone, thank you very, very much. The support, everything that we're feeling over there is absolutely incredible. We're growing so fast on our podcast on Apple and Spotify and Megaphone that I just cannot believe how fast this is just taken off. So obviously you guys have found us and we appreciate that, and we will do our very best to entertain you every Monday through Friday like we have been doing for the last 3 years. Those of you that are new to the show, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you very much. That little animal you see right above my head right here, that's Marley. He's a monkey we rescued down here in Cabo San Lucas. If you don't know, that's Marley, the marmoset monkey. He's a spectacular little buddy of ours. We rescued him last year. He's almost a year old. We have 2 kitties you'll see on the show once in a while also. But everybody that's new, welcome. And those of you that are been following us for a very long time, thank you, thank you, thank you very, very much. Can't do this without all of you. Big announcement today. We have now officially got an email from Facebook this morning. We have the sixth most viewed video in the history of Facebook right now. That's kind of a big deal, ladies and gentlemen. That is kind of a big deal. So thank you all very, very much. 78.6 million views on one video. That is absolutely incredible, and I don't know how it happened. It happened in 3 weeks. It started on the 9th of March. It's going full steam ahead, full speed right now. It's showing no signs of slowing down. This video is absolutely incredible. So I can't believe it, and it's all because of all of you. Thank you very, very much. If you haven't seen it on Facebook, it's a helicopter flying over a yacht in Newport Harbor. It was a fundraiser to raise money for the SEALs Foundation. And this thing is going absolutely bananas. I cannot believe how it is going bananas. Thanks, Jim Buchanan. I knew this was your very most favorite thing about the show, is being able to read the logos. So we got a new app and it's working. Gang, if you have not checked out our app, you need to go download our app, Your Saltwater Guide. It's free. You download it. There's about 5 videos on there you can watch to get you excited about what we're doing, and then you can delve into it. We're the only fishing guy out there with an app. There's lots of companies that have apps, but there's only one that's fished his whole life for a living, and now he has an app, and that's me, and I'm pretty darn excited about it, and I want to thank you all for joining the app, and those of you that haven't joined the app, thank you very much. But today, Roasted Anchor Coffee Monday, we start the show off making sure you see our sponsor up here in the corner, Roasted Anchor Coffee Company, and then you want to jump on their website and check out their coffee. You'll be blown away by their the different types of coffee they have, how phenomenal it tastes, how good it is. It is absolutely incredible, as a matter of fact. That's what I have here in this cup. But they have a dark roasted, they have a light roasted, and they have a medium roasted coffee. You want to check this out, download the QR code, go over there, check out their coffee, and then what they're doing, because you guys watch the show, you just enter the code YSWG. You're going to save 15% on the coffee. You drink coffee anyway, so you might as well save on your coffee you're drinking, and then you're not going to taste a better coffee. I'm just telling you right now. Grab that QR code. I'm going to pull it down, and we're going to get started with the show. So grab that QR code with your phone. Get that thing downloaded. Go check out all the cool coffee they have, and they're pretty much focused on fishing. Right on the side here, it tells you this is their Home Guard light roasted. You'll love the outdoors and coffee run deep, sourced from family-owned farms and roasted to perfection. Whether you're on the daily grind or you're an outdoor adventure, our coffee will give you the boost you need to keep going. And I am very, very happy that they became part of the show. Just like the California Home Guards, our light roast is packed full of power and energy to take you on the hardest adventures. Check out their coffee gang. Hit that QR code. We're pulling it down now. Grab that QR code and get it. And we're going to get started here. We got a lot to talk about today. This rockfish thing is absolutely incredible what's going on out here. So if you had the opportunity to go fishing this weekend, as you know, it was the opening day of Rockfish. And we're running a contest right now. If you download pictures on the app, I'm giving away $200 US at the end of this month to the best picture / fish report on the app. So you download your pictures on the app, you leave the fish report. Those of you that are part of the app already, go check out, hit the community page on the bottom in the middle, and look at all these cool posts from all these great people that were out fishing this weekend, following our game plan and just having the time of their lives with their children, their friends, family. There was a lot of rockfish caught this weekend. We're only a month late on the opening day of rockfish season, but boy, oh boy, let me tell you, it has not been any disappointment. It had been really, really good. Something that I missed out on, trying to follow all these regs and trying to stay up on what's going on out here is very, very difficult, gang. They changed the playing field all the time, the Fish and Wildlife. Something that slipped through the cracks that I didn't see was, and I don't know how I didn't see it, and I don't know why. My sister told me she didn't tell me because she didn't want all my members fishing there before the Sun Fun and the Clemente and the Dana Pride got a chance to hit there. But the 14-mile bank is open. And gang, that hasn't been open for 20 years. That is an incredible, incredible thing that the 14-mile bank is open now. And the high spot out there comes up to 52 fathoms. Some guys say they can mark it as high as 49. I've seen it as high as 52. But I'm telling you, the fishing out there is incredible. The guys that went out there, I know a lot of people were into big game. You got to go super deep. But that high spot's holding massive amounts of rockfish. If you fish it with the rock cod squirts, it was very, very good this weekend for a lot of the sport boats. And now, as soon as this wind stops blowing, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday looks spectacular right now looking at windy.com. So as soon as this wind stops blowing, I'm sure a lot of the private boaters will be out there. The 14-mile bank is halfway to Catalina. It's a very easy fishery. I have my beautiful wife, Kelly, right now going through all my books, grabbing as many numbers as we can for the 14-mile bank, and we're going to post those. Hopefully, if we get this all done before Friday, before the game plans go out on Thursday night, so you have some spots to fish there on Friday. But other than that, the other spots that we have already posted on the website paid off big dividends this weekend. Let me just read you a report from one of our happy members. I just want the reports came through. I was just super happy that people were taking advantage of the weekend, taking advantage of the nice weather in the morning. And here we got Andreas. Solid start to the Rockfish Opener outside Dana Point to one of my old town predators, PDL kayak. Total mileage out and back for the day was 9 miles. And he has a picture here of a whole stringer of rockfish he caught on his kayak. That's how good it was. He did phenomenal on his kayak. And then we got one of our really good buddies, Justin Botrell. Him and his buddies were out fishing on Justin's boat this weekend, and they they had full limits of rockfish before noon. Just a plethora of different rockfish, big reds, groupers, bank perch, chilies, just phenomenal fishing. And Justin did all that in 200 feet of water. There was just some unbelievable rockfish fishing. If you didn't get in on it, gang, why are you trying to figure this thing out on your own? I just don't understand it. It's crazy. That ocean is so big. And these spots are like little oasis in the middle of the desert. There you go, Marley. Clean that tail off. So if you want to go out there and try to figure it out on your own, good luck to you. But we have a plethora of rockfish spots. You're not going to find these spots on anybody else's website. You're not going to find anybody that's going to hand feed them to you and tell you exactly what to do when you get there and how to fish them. So go over and check out our website, download our app, Your Saltwater Guide, the app. There's the QR code. If you don't know, you don't know. I'm sorry if you don't know, but grab that QR code, hit it with your telephone right now, get my app downloaded on your phone. You're going to be super happy to have this app built by a fisherman for fishermen. And we treat all our members like they're our friends. We talk to each and every one of you on the telephone all the time. Try to steer you in the right direction so you're going to be successful when you go out there rockfish fishing. But gang, the key to this thing, like a lot of our clients were saying, was, Dave, thank you so much. I got another post here from Alfred. He said, thank you so much for letting me know how important it is to zero out the GPS when I pull up to the rockfish spots and make sure that all forward momentum is off and I'm dropping down at 0.00. And he caught a bunch of reds. He got a bunch of reds there in his report. And it's all because he went right to our spot to Box Canyon. And he went right there to the numbers in Box Canyon, drove up to it, put the numbers in his GPS, hit the waypoint, go to, drove right to it, then 000 in on it. So when the GPS was telling him you have 0.0 to go to get to the spot, he stopped his boat, threw it in reverse, stopped the forward momentum, dropped down. And he said, he called me up afterwards. He said, Dave, you're right. You have to reset every time you drop. A couple of times we got lazy and tried to drop a second time, caught sand dabs. That's how small these spots are, gang. And that's how important it is to make sure you get down there. And also getting out there early in the morning before the wind blows at all is imperative to this thing. And this weekend, we have some phenomenal weather right now that we can see. Windy.com is changing their format now. If you want a 7-day forecast, they're making you, it's free for the first 5 days. They're making you pay for it anything farther out than 7 days. I don't know why we push so many people over there to be members of Windy.com, and now they're going to change the game in the middle. But you know what? We get a good 5-day forecast. That's fine. And right now it looks like Saturday is a beautiful day. Friday and Saturday are both going to be beautiful days on the water with very little wind. So you got a very good chance of getting out there and getting after these rockfish. It should be phenomenal because of the fact that we've had all this cold water. That's what's really perking these rockfish up. The cold water. They're not into the hot water. Also, when we have all that hot water that we had the last 5 or 6 years, it brought in a tremendous amount of red crabs, which we don't have now. We don't have that red crab out there. So these fish aren't full of red crabs. They're actually, bellies are kind of empty. That's why the fishing is so good right now, because these fish are really, really hungry. So when you drop down one of those rock cod squirts, which we'll talk about tomorrow, we'll show you on tomorrow's show. Tomorrow's Pro Marahi USA Tuesday. We'll show you the rock cod squirts again. And also, if you look at our community and you look at all the reports, you're going to see an awful lot of rockfish with the rock cod squirt hanging out of their mouths. They worked very, very well this weekend. Guys had a phenomenal weekend fishing with the rock cod squirts. Made it super cinchy, super easy. The only big problem was that wind. And that wind is gonna, I was talking to a couple of the weather guys the other day, and they were saying that it looks like April's going to be a very windy month, but it looks like we're going to sneak in this weekend coming up. We're going to have a good weekend of weather. So you got a good chance of catching some rockfish out here on our local waters. I don't believe you need to go all the way to Catalina or San Clemente Island unless you just want to go out there and enjoy the day to go rockfish fishing. But what I do believe is going to happen this coming weekend, We're going to have nice weather starting Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If you remember, about a month and a half ago, we talked about the squid fishery in Southern California, and that the commercial quotas were hit. They don't have anywhere to sell this stuff right now with what's going on over in China, and all the freezers are full of squid to be sold overseas if they open up the market again. So right now, you got an awful lot of light boats with nothing to do. So I think you're going to see, like we saw back, I don't know, probably 2011, 2012, 2013. We had Squid Wars going on over at Catalina. There was 7, 8 light boats over there all selling bait. And I think that's what you're going to see this year. I think you're going to see an awful lot of light boats over there selling bait, which is good for us. It's not good for those guys because you don't make a lot of money selling bait like you do when you get to wrap the squid. But that's going to bode very well for us because we should have a great opportunity to buy squid at Catalina. Now, this last weekend, it was tough because of the weather leading right up to the weekend. But I think these squid boats are going to get over there Wednesday, Thursday, and start looking around harder. And it's a good chance they're going to start catching squid for bait. And that's going to bode very well because I believe that there is a phenomenal amount of sea bass right now at Catalina. Really, really. With the weather and the cold water and all the other factors and the bait, the amount of squid over at the island. And I know one of the sport boats had a little go around on the squid grounds of some smaller fish, which tells me that there's an awful lot of fish there. If the smaller fish are out there on the bait grounds, there's some big schools. Just got to get over there, a little more boats, a little more coverage. And that's another thing good about the rockfish thing is that sea bass usually bites early in the morning from like an hour before daylight till about an hour after gray light, and then it's done, and then you get to go out and catch rockfish and fill up the boat with rockfish. Then you can slide back into the sea bass grounds in the afternoon and have another go round with the sea bass. But that squid thing going on is only going to be an advantage for us on the private boaters, and we'll try to keep you up to date on all the things that are going on as far as live squid goes at Catalina, live squid goes at the bait barges. Big news was we posted it on our game plans that San Pedro bait barge opened this weekend, which was a big deal. So that was good, helped out a lot of our guys. And over at Catalina, there was some really good rockfish fishing, but there was also some pretty decent halibut fishing. And now I think with this nice weather we're going to have, you're going to start to see that trickle in of that sea bass bite starting to happen because it's springtime. Even though the weatherman are, even though the weather is, excuse me, even though the weather isn't showing it, it's springtime, gang, and it's time. It's time for some stuff to start to happen. I think it's all going to be about weather, though. Got to pay close attention to the weather because April historically is always a windy month. Look out, Marley. There goes your vines. Whoopsie. He just ripped the vines down. He's so excited to be on the show. But what I would do is I would make sure that I have plenty of fresh, dead squid in my freezers as we get into this spring and the squid boats start selling squid. I would try to get as much Ziploc bags as I can. When you go to the store, get as many Ziplocs as you can and get as much of that fresh dead squid as you can in your freezers because it's going to be a phenomenal season, I think. Cold water season over at Catalina and San Clemente Island for sea bass and yellowtail in the deeper water. And then as the summertime comes along, I think that sea bass will be good on the beaches back there on the backside. And as the water warms up, it'll be a rougher time to catch that squid. So I think it's going to be imperative that we save as much of it as we can. So if you got some extra money and you're going over to the island and they're selling squid, try to get extra. Try to get some to put in your ice chest. Try to get some to put in your Ziploc so you can put it in your freezer. But that being said, we're talking rockfish today. And my goodness, I cannot believe if you look at the fish count, there wasn't any boats at any landings up and down the coast that did not have phenomenal rockfish fishing. So maybe that extra month of the closures helped. I know it didn't help anybody's pocketbook, and it didn't help any of us with our private boats. But if you look at the month of March, it pretty much was disgusting as far as weather goes the whole month. So I don't think we really missed a lot, but it did help out the fishing. And there was a lot of guys I was talking to that tried that deeper water stuff. And you're dropping down 2 hooks down there 600-700 feet of water. There was quite a bit of cowcod caught, which, like I was saying last week when we were moving up to this, I was like, gosh, please don't fish that deep water, gang. You're going to catch fish that you're not allowed to keep. It's not going to be cool. It's not going to help. And I was just blown away when I was starting to get pictures. And we can't post the pictures. We know that. We can't post the pictures about the cowcod being caught. We can't post any of the pictures like that. But I'm telling you, gang, it's quite amazing the amount of cowcod that are out there. So it means a lot, Jim. Plethora means a lot, is what I was told. I'm using big words now because I'm big time. I'm big time. 78 million views on Facebook alone. Yeah, I'm big time now. Look out, get out of the way. But I'm just telling you, gang. One thing also we got to be aware of is these windmills are going to build off of Morro Bay. They sold leases, which I don't understand how you do that. But they sold leases to the ocean, to the water out there, because these things are just going to be anchored up, but they're going to be floating. Have you seen these windmills? They are horrible for the environment. Our good friend Tommy Gomes, that was on our show a couple weeks ago, he calls them salad shooters. They sold a big swath of the swath, I guess you call it, of the water out off of Morro Bay. And they're going to set up these windmills. Well, gang, up in Morro Bay, we have all kinds of things going on. We have a huge, huge population of humpback whales that like to live in Monterey Bay and Morro Bay. They're up there every winter, hanging out, making babies and feeding and being having fun. So make sure you're a part of this CCA. We've got to stay up on this stuff. There's the only voice we have at the table is CCA. So make sure that you're a member of CCA. And I just put it up there on the screen for a minute, but you want to make sure you're a member of that. But you want to really, I can't grab other people's videos and throw them up on the show because it's a violation. But you can look this up. There's a couple of videos floating around right now on YouTube about this thing up in Morro Bay where they sold the water, the ocean. They sold leases. Our great governor and all of his buddies up there in Sacramento sold leases so they could put these windmills out there in the ocean. These windmills historically have already shown back east and on the eastern seaboard and over in Great Britain. These things are absolute mammal killers. They're wiping out lots of dolphins, lots of whales. Up in Morro Bay, we have the sea otter. I know a lot of people don't like them, but I don't know. They're going to be wiping out sea otters. They're going to be wiping out the California gray whale. They're going to be wiping out the humpback whales. When I was a kid, everybody was all about save the whales. These same people that were making all this ruckus and fuss about saving the whales back in the 60s and 70s. These are the people that are running the state of California right now. And all of a sudden, whales and dolphins and sea lions and otters don't matter now. This clean energy, which we all know these windmills are anything but clean. But this is what they're proposing. They shut down the salmon fishery for the whole state of California. And we all know it's going to, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place today. I got so much to talk about. It's been a long weekend. But they shut down the salmon. We're not allowed to catch salmon in the great state of California this year at all. Zero catch, 0, 0, 0. We just had the most water we've had in 40 years. This year's salmon fish is going to be insane. The amount of salmon that are going to swim into the California waters are going to be insane. But the great governing fact of California has made sure that we don't get to catch any salmon this year because they don't follow any type of science. There is no science followed. Let's be perfectly honest. They just do whatever they want to do, whenever they want to do it, however they want to do it. And it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Dan and Kim, thank you. You guys want to have some fun? I have a video. It's got almost 2 million views right now. We posted it a week and a half ago of how to tie up your boat. Now, I know you all know me, and you know I have no idea how to tie up a boat. I've never spent any time on any boats, and I really don't know much about it. But I am getting beat up to holy heck over there, if I cared, of how to tie up your boat. The way I do it, I've been told it's the worst way you could possibly tie up a boat. It's so fun though. If you want some humor, go look at that video, and then also always watch our pictures we post every morning at 7 o'clock in the morning. We post a picture every morning at 7 o'clock, and once a week it's a picture of a yellowtail. And you know me, I love to call them yellowtail tuna because it makes people go bananas. They go absolutely nuts when you call a yellowtail tuna. There are so many people right now. This picture's already got like 130 comments in 4 hours. It's absolutely mind-boggling how many people want to make sure that I understand that it's not a tuna. It's so fun though. I have so much fun with all this social media stuff. Is a blast for me because I never met any of these people. I'll never see them again in my life, but it's entertainment, and it's mostly entertainment for you. Those of you that know me and those of you that know my background and my pedigree, you know I kind of have a half a clue of how to park a boat, kind of have a half a clue of how to tie up a boat, and have a half a clue of how to catch a fish. So when you're watching these, you see these videos just for fun, grab your coffee, grab your cup of roasted anchor coffee, and delve into these videos and read the comments if you want to laugh. It is unbelievable. The comments, the threats, the people that are going to beat me up when they meet me, and they're going to beat me up, and I get calls because my phone number is everywhere. I get calls all the time from people that want to straighten me out, tell me I talk like I got too smart of a mouth. Oh my gosh, you can't talk to people. I don't know. As soon as I stop getting millions and millions and millions of views, I'll change how I talk. I promise you. As soon as people stop watching, I will stop talking the way I talk. But for now, I think we'll just keep doing what we're doing because it seems to be working just fine. We were going to have a big star on the show this Friday, but now he's got some other commitments, and he doesn't know if his internet's going to work at the hotel he's going to be at. So I'm trying to scramble right now to put together another guest for Friday. The one that we were going to have, you would have all known him. He's big name, but we'll save him. We'll put him in our pocket, and we'll come back around and talk to him in May when Kelly and I get back from Hawaii. So right now I'm trying to grab somebody for the show, and hopefully we can announce that after this afternoon or tomorrow morning who we'll have on the show on Friday. But I want to thank you all for all the support for watching Pete Gray on our show on Friday. That was cool. It was good to have Pete in. He's done a ton of stuff for me and the industry, so it was wonderful to have Pete on the show. And thank you all for making Pete feel at home and sending all your love and all your comments and the following is incredible, and I appreciate it all. But one more thing about Rockfish Gang. When you are on our website and you gather all these GPS numbers that Kelly Girl and I have put together for you, we have a whole bunch of new numbers. If you haven't been on the website lately, you need to go look at the Hot Spots videos and look at all the new Rockfish numbers that we've put on there. We put a plethora, Jim, of new numbers. And so you want to go check all those out. Grab as many of those numbers as you can. Thank you, Tim, for grabbing those squid squirts, and we'll put that code up tomorrow, the QR code for the squid squirts. But you got to have spots. And here's the thing, a couple of our members that called me were talking about yesterday. Thanks, Dave, for not just giving us 3 or 4 spots. We had enough spots that when we got to some of the spots, there were already boats on them. So we were able to go to some other spots, and we were not disappointed. And something that one of our members wanted to make sure that I told you all is don't forget, do not forget to leave stars. Thank you, Mike Lewis. Don't forget to leave the stars, gang. It helps me feed Marley. It helps me feed my cats. So thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much for all the stars that you leave me during my live shows. Marley and I and Kelly and the kitties, we all appreciate it. And I have to throw that out there. Mike Lewis says, I always forget to talk about the stars when I'm live. So thank you, Mike, for reminding me about that. And San Diego was calling small fish this week, and I don't know what that means, but okay. Okay, whatever that means. But another picture I got from one of our members, and I think this is imperative to talk about, is he went by a boat, and obviously it wasn't a member, but he went by a boat that had 8 rockfish floating around his boat. He had 8 different rockfish floating around his boat. And I would love to get Jimmy Decker. I've talked to him several times, and he's super busy pouring concrete right now. I'd love to get Mr. Jimmy Decker on the show. Someday he said he'll be able to do it, but we'll reach out to him again and see if he's busy on Friday. But what was I just talking about? You threw me off. You're not supposed to be sending in questions right now. You threw me off. You threw me off. Oh, the descending device. Look at that. I figured it out on my own. I didn't even have to have a babysitter on that one. The descending device. The descending device. So what we got to make sure, and that's a great idea, Mike Lewis. Let me call Chase and see if he's up to anything. So the descending device is imperative to have, because the gentleman that they went by on their boat on Sunday had, like I said, 8 rockfish floating around the boat. That does not look good for us, because there's going to be people on sailboats and there's going to be people out there that aren't into fishing, but they're going to see all these dead fish floating around your boat. It's imperative now that we take the time to put these fish back down on the bottom. I don't care if they're big, little. I don't care what size they are. We have to send them back down to the bottom with a descending device. We do not want to be the ugly fisherman with a bunch of fish floating around our boat. So my favorite fish to fish for is calico bass. There's nothing better on the planet Earth for me. I'd rather fish calicos than anything else. I don't care if wahoo, dorado, and marlin are biting a mile out of the harbor. I'd rather go catch calico bass. I'd rather catch calico bass than anything in the ocean. And down here in Cabo, Kelly Girl and I love to go rooster fish fishing. That's our zen down here. And up in Mag Bay, I like to go snook fishing in the mangroves. But that's me. You're asking what I like to do. And Wednesdays, at Text the Show Wednesday, and Thursday is Text Kelly Thursday. Hopefully we get Kelly Girl back on the show here. We'll see how I act the rest of the week. If she will join us, I have to be a very good boy, so we'll all say a little prayer that I'm good this week. And she comes on the show with us on Thursday. And make sure you get your descending device. Make sure you stop by make sure you stop by Roasted Anchor Coffee. Make sure you stop by their website real quick. We'll throw it back up here so you can grab that with the QR code with your phone or your iPad or whatever. Grab some of that coffee. Put in the code YSWG and the number 15. You'll save 15% on your purchase, and you will not be disappointed. This coffee is insane. Those of you that were at the Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Show on Saturday, you got to taste the coffee. They had plenty of coffee. I don't know, they handed out a few hundred cups, and a lot of people came back for seconds. I love the stuff. I love the light roast. That's me. And Kelly loves the dark roasted. So now we have 2 coffee makers in our house. Check out that QR code. Grab it real quick. We're going to drop it off the screen here. If you didn't get the QR code, make sure you grab it. Stop by Roasted Anchor Coffee Company and make sure you put in our code YSWG and the number 15. All right, gang, we're going to wrap up the show here for today. Kelly and I are super busy trying to get all these numbers together for you for the 14-mile bank. Also, check out all the new numbers on the website. Make sure you download the app if you don't have it already. You want this app. You've got to have this app. It's a big investment, and it's for my members, and you will not be disappointed. I won't let you down. Check, and I'm always constantly adding new stuff to the website, and the website's hot, and people are having a great time. And don't forget the contest. We're giving away $200 to the best report on the website. Go to the community, leave your report, take a picture, and we're going to pick one winner on May 1st. You're going to get $200. Now, remember last month we gave away $100 to Rick Maurer with his phenomenal picture of all those lobsters on the back of his truck. This month we stepped it up a little bit. We're going to give away $200 for the best rock cod picture, post, and report. So you need a report and a picture, and you need to be a member of the website for an opportunity to win the $200. And then as soon as the season gets rolling, we'll have lots of more money contests. And remember, Sean Doyle, he's a member. He was at the PCS show. He won $1,000 from Your Saltwater Guide right out of my pocket, just like the 200 and the 100. Comes straight out of my pocket. So if you want to get in my pocket, post some cool pictures. You got a good chance of getting some money. All right, gang, thank you all for all the support. Thanks for everything you do for us. Thanks for all the views. Thanks. Go look at our stuff. And tell your friends, we don't go live on Instagram anymore. Let them know if they want. I know a lot of people are afraid of Facebook, so they can watch us over on YouTube if they want, or they can listen to us on Spotify or Megaphone or Apple Podcast. We're live over our podcast post is on there an hour after we post here. Thank you all. Thank you. I can't thank you enough. Marley, thanks you. We all thank you. We'll see you tomorrow with another great show.